television city in Hollywood. It's Card Sharks. Here's the host of Card Sharks, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Card Sharks. This is the game where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. And to guarantee that our players get a fair deal, I want you to meet these two lovely ladies. They're our dealers on Card Sharks, and here they are. How are you today? Susanna Williams, Lacey Pemberton. Girls, if you'd start dealing out the cards for us real quickly, and we're going to pick it up where we left off yesterday. And Lacey will be dealing out the red cards to our returning champion, and Susanna will be dealing out the blue cards on the lower level to our challengers. While they're doing that, let's meet our two Card Sharks now. Here they come. Whoop. Let me refresh your memory just a little bit. Our champion here with his wild shoes. One more shot at the shoes. Can we see those? Because those shoes are very important. The one day, remember, Jim, the one day that I wore one shoe, you didn't win anything.
Lost. I should have kept it on.
Yes. Would you move back behind there? Yeah, out here's where the host stands. Yeah, see, I get a little worried about this guy. He starts wanting to borrow my microphone. $32,000 you've won.
Great.
It is something, isn't it? Now, the lady next to you would certainly like to unseat you, or whatever that means. Anyway, this is... Hi, Betsy. How are you?
I'm doing great. I would like to try anyway. Still from Minneapolis, still in law school, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be a little bit luckier today.
What's the little chain for?
This is a good luck chain that I got from a friend of mine, and she had it in Chinatown, and it says good luck.
Well, wonderful. We'll see if it
So we
works
have it
for
with
you.
us.
All right.
So.
Each of you, you've cut the deck cards backstage. Now, as you know, the object of our game is to work your way across the board by predicting whether each card is higher or lower than the one preceding it. And as you can see, we're in the middle of game number one of this match between Jim and Betsy. Jim has only two cards to turn over to win that game. Betsy's got to do some catching up. So in order to do that, let's go to the game right now. We're in the middle of game number one, as I said before, and this is the second question in this game, maximum of 4 questions. All right, to you, Betsy. We surveyed 100 single women, and we asked them, do you prefer to date younger men? How many single women prefer younger men?
Well, being the ripe old age of 26 at this point in my life, I think I could either go up or down, depending on who the person is. So I think we're probably going to say it's younger men that we're looking for, right?
Not me, maybe you.
I would say about 27.
27 out of 100 single women say they prefer to date younger men. Well, Jim, do you think the actual number will be higher or lower than that?
Bob, I'll tell you, women are looking...
I'm well, Bob.
Are you? Good, me too.
Oh, great.
I feel great. It's going to be... It's going to be a pretty low number because women, you know, you get the young clowns like me, they don't want to deal with me. I know from experience.
Yes, I can see why.
It's going to be an even lower number.
However, you have $32,000 in your pocket. They may want to deal with you.
I'm
trust
hoping
me.
so.
Let's find out. The actual number of single women who prefer to date younger men is 23. You're right, Jim. It was lower. Yesterday, when we left off, you had frozen at the 10. Now you get a chance to change that 10 if you would like to do so.
I'd like to, please, Bob.
All right. Because you won the high-low question, you can change your base card, and it is now a queen. Now you got to go.
Let's try lower, please.
Lower than the queen. Your card is a 3.
Higher, please.
Higher. To win game number one of this match, if it's higher than the 3, it is higher than the 3, and I can't. He's done it again. All right. Woo! You're unbelievable. All right, that's game number one. Betsy, you're going to have a chance to do some catching up. We're going to pause with a couple of words. We'll be right back with more Card Sharks and finish this match between Jim and Betsy right after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks. Jim and Betsy. And the first game goes to Jim. Remember, you win 2 games, you win the match. And if you win the match, you get to play the big money cards. And we all know what happens there. That's when you win the large dollars. All right, let's go. Game number 2. To you, Jim, here's your question. We surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, should commercials for birth control devices be allowed on television? How many people said yes? Those commercials should be allowed on television.
Well, let's see. That's a toughie. You've got some really repulsive commercials on
Not
TV.
me, pal.
Okay. I think that's going to be a toughie. People are going to split on that because you want freedom of expression, but a lot of people don't want to see it, but you can always put it on at 1 in the morning. So I'm going to say 60 people said let them have them on.
Okay, so you say 60 out of 100 people say Commercials about birth control devices should be allowed on television.
Yes.
Betsy, you heard what he said. Will it be higher or lower than 60?
Bob, that is really useful information, but I don't think a lot of people want to see it on TV, so I think it's going to be slightly lower than 60.
You think it is?
Yeah.
Actual number of people who said commercials for birth control should be allowed on television is 72. Not lower, it was higher. All right, Jim. I'm surprised at that one. I really am. All right, Jim. Here it goes. You won the high-low question, so you get to change this card if you want to, but why do that?
Let's try lower, please, Bob.
Lower than the king. Your card is now a 7. Play or freeze?
Freeze, please.
Freeze? All right. By freezing, then he keeps Betsy away from the cards. And we'll go to another question. And it's for you, Betsy. Betsy, we surveyed 100 women over the age of 65. We asked them, if senior citizen women could have babies, would you like to have one this year? How many senior citizen women would like to have a baby?
I think there's a lot of senior citizen women that would not like to have grandchildren that they have right now, but I think that they've seen enough kids during their lifetime, so that's going to be a relatively low number. I think we'll go about 21.
21.
Yeah.
You're figuring they can go out and get a puppy cheaper, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, she says 21 out of 100 senior citizen women said they would have a baby this year if they could. Jim, higher or lower than that?
Bob, they don't want it this year. They don't want it next year. They've had enough. It's going to be lower.
You think it'll be even lower than 21? It's a great question. We'll see. The actual number of senior citizen women who would like to have a baby this year is 12. You're right. It's lower than 21. All right, Jim, again, here you are. You froze on the 7, so that means you can change it if you'd like to
Change
do so.
it, please.
Your 7 now becomes a 9. Now you got to play.
Let's try lower, please.
Lower than the 9, the card is a 3.
Can we try higher, please?
Higher than the 3, here we go. It's a jack.
Lower.
Gonna go. For the championship, a chance to play for the money cards. If it's lower than the jack, it's a 7. He's got it again. Betsy, it's got to be the shoes he has on. That's the only thing I can say. We have really nice prizes for you. Thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you again. Come here, champ. Let's do it. Now, my friend, this is number 5 for you over here at the Big Money Cards. That means that this is the last time that you're going to be able to play the game with us. So that's really too bad. Remember the one day that I wore this shoe, you won nothing playing the Big Money Cards?
That was a good one. Yeah, I'd like to thank you for that.
You don't want me to wear the shoe this time, do you?
No, not my shoe, but I...
No, that's all. Okay. You've got over $32,000. Let's play the money cards right now. And Suzanne and Lacey, they have a brand new deck of cards, which you cut before we went on the air. All right, here's how we play the money cards. You know the $200 you just won is yours to keep no matter what happens. But now we're going to give you new money to bet with. We'll start you off on the bottom line there with $200. You must bet your way across the board by calling off high and low. When you get to the second line, we add $400 of betting money, and you bet your way across that line. Minimum bets are $50 each, except when you get up to the final row, the top card up there, then you know your minimum bet has to be half of what you won at that time. Also, you'll have 3 opportunities to change any card you don't like by selecting one of those 3 spare cards that Susanna is dealing out right now. Good luck, my friend. This is the last time you're going to do this, but $32,000 already. Let's give another $200 right now. Here we go. And as you know, you can turn that $200 into another $32,000 if you're really lucky. All right, you've got 200. Here's your first card. Here we go. It's a 9. Play or change it?
I'd like to change it with number 1, please.
Number 1. The 9 now becomes a 5. All right, you've got $200.
I'm going to bet $100 it'll be higher.
$100 higher than the 5. If it turns out to be a 5, and the big money card's a push is a push. No loss, no win. It's an 8. It's higher. Yes, you're $300.
I'd like to change that with number 2, please.
The 8 she wants to change, and now the 8 becomes a 6. We've got another card to change.
I'm going to bet $200 it'll be higher.
200 higher than the 6. Your card is a 9. You've got $500 with 1 card to go over there to change if you'd like to do so.
I'm going to bet $50 it's lower.
$50 lower than the 9. It's a jack. Good bet. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to give you another $400. This card now comes up here. So given the other $400, you now have $850.
I'm going to bet $650 lower.
$650 lower than the jack. The card's a 10. Still 1 card left over there to change when you want to do it.
Let's change it.
All right, change the 10. Your 10 now becomes a 6, and you've got $1,500.
I'm going to bet $500 it'll be higher.
500. Higher than the 6. It's a queen. You're $2,000.
I'm going to bet $1,500 it'll be lower.
1,500 lower than the queen. It's it's a push. No win, no loss. You still got $2,000. This card goes up here. And now you must bet at least $1,000, Jim. Do we have to ask you?
Bob,
Yes,
let's
Jim?
bet for the last time. $2,000. It's going to be lower.
$2,000, but it's lower than the queen. It's a jack! Yes! Woo! Oh, Dodger. Oh, my God. Woo! Well, that puts you at $34,300. Jim, we're going to say goodbye to you. Thanks so very much. You're a good guy. Take those shoes back to the bowling alley. All right, we'll be back in just a moment to meet 2 new players on Card Sharks right after this.
I will.
And now it's time to meet 2 new contestants on Card Sharks, and welcome them, please. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Because neither one of you are returning champions, your position over there was decided by a toss of a coin. And hi, Diana.
Hi, Bob. My name's Diana. I'm a UCLA student, and I'm a proud Rose Bowl champ.
Boy, you are.
I am.
Your team
I
did it.
screamed loud.
Listen to Iowa. They're still in the audience. They've been here for weeks. They won't leave.
Go back to the snow.
All right. And your challenger there is... Hi, Joe.
Yeah, but you can call me Smurf.
Why?
Well, in the Navy, I was in boot camp, and there was this guy who was about 6'2", and about this wide, and he said I looked like a Smurf. I was not going to argue with him.
I understand.
And
So
it
you'd rather
stuck.
I would call you Smurf rather
Please.
than Joe.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
What do you do, Joe?
Well, I'm a student at Santa Monica College.
I thought you could tell me you're in cartoons. I was going to come over to watch it.
I watch them every Saturday, but that's about it. Anyway, I'm here to win big bucks.
Well, this is the place to be, right here.
Okay.
Each of you cut the deck of cards backstage. As you know what the object of our game is, you have to work your way across the board over there. And if you're ready, they're going to start the match between Diana and Joe right now with your first high-low question, and it goes to you, Diana. Here it is. Diana, we surveyed 100 bachelors, and we asked them, if you're dancing with a beautiful woman, and she said, I used to be a man, but I had a sex change operation, would you continue to dance with her? How many bachelors would continue to dance with her?
That's some kind of loaded question. I've gone out with a lot of bachelors. I think the male ego's still up there, still on the rise. I'm going to say, now what is it? How many would stop dancing with her? I'd say 93 men would stop dancing with her.
You say 93 out of 100 bachelors would stop dancing with this person. How many would continue dancing is really what we're asking.
11.
93 would stop, but 11 would continue. Okay? Hey, it's okay. UCLA math. I like it.
I never took math. I'm a comm major.
It's okay. You're telling me 11 of these bachelors would continue. If I was there, it would be 10. I just want you to know that. Joe, will the actual number be higher or lower?
It's going to be lower. Nobody's ready for this. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's that liberated. It's going to be lower.
You think it'll be lower? The actual number of bachelors who would continue to dance with a woman who used to be a man is 27. It was not lower. It was higher. Woo! Gives me the willies to think about it. Diana.
Me too. Me
Good
too.
luck. Here we go. Here's your base card. It's a king.
Yes. I'll say it's going to be lower.
Lower than the king. Your card is now a jack. Yes. Player freeze.
Okay, I'll keep going lower.
She's going to keep going. Lower than the jack. Your card is a 7. Now what do you want to do?
I want to freeze.
You want to freeze at the 7. And by freezing, you keep Smurf away from his cards. And you always got to keep a Smurf away from the cards. Yes. Okay. You ready, Joe? Which Smurf did they think you were?
I can't say on television.
Oh, I don't want to know then. Okay. Here's your question. Joe, we surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, if you had to pay $50 a year for the right to vote, would you pay it? How many people would pay $50 a year to vote?
Not very many. I mean, people don't vote as it is, and it's free.
You're a cynical Smurf, aren't you?
Yeah. You can call me Senator Smith. No, very few. I'd say about 24 would say they'd pay.
24 out of 100 people said they would pay $50 for the right to vote. Diana, good question. Will it be higher or lower than 24, you think?
Well, I think that although a lot of people don't vote, I don't think anyone would want to admit that they didn't vote, because that's kind of apathetic. I'm going to say it's higher.
You think it's higher?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a right that I think we would pay for if we had to, don't you? Actual number of people who said they would pay $50 a year for the right to vote is 38. You're right. It was higher. You froze on the 7. Good move. That means you get to change that 7.
I like to change it.
You want to change it. The 7 is now a queen.
It's going to be lower.
Lower than the queen. Your card is a queen. It was not lower. That means that Smurf gets a free shot at the cards. All right. Smurf, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's
Remember,
go.
you can't change this card because you didn't win the high-low question. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than the king. Here we go. It's a king.
Lower again.
Going
lower
on.
again.
The jack is now set.
Yeah.
What a freeze. Freezing up there.
Yeah.
So we're all tied up here in this game, and we've got another question for you, and we'll have that question after we pause for these words. See you in a moment on Card Shark.
You're late in holding the sign up, weren't you? All right, I'll tell you what we do. When you're late holding the sign up,
Match game. You'll laugh your blank off tonight at 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern.
All right, let's continue with our game between Diana and Joe, and the next high-low question goes to you, Diana. First game of the match. We surveyed 100 married women. We asked them, when it comes to making love, is your husband selfish? How many married women said that he is selfish?
That's a tough question. I don't know too much about that.
About what?
I would say that if they were married, they probably have a good sexual relationship, so I'd say 62.
62 what?
That they weren't selfish.
Okay, how many women said he is selfish? Here we go with UCLA math again.
I would say that 48 said.
48. Hey, you did it that time.
I didn't.
You really did it.
I just...
That's okay. You don't know a lot about numbers, and also that we found out something else you didn't know much about.
I am so... Oh.
She admitted it. I didn't say it. She says 48 out of 100 women, married women, said that their husbands are selfish when it comes to making love. Joe, will the number be higher or lower than that?
Well, since the women are being asked, I'd say it's going to be a little bit higher because men are selfish when it comes
You think men are selfish?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you really? Are Smurfs selfish?
No, they
No,
share.
yeah. Actual number of married women who said their husband is romantically selfish is 26. Not higher, it was lower. All right. Now, Diana, right there is where you left off with the queen. You can change that card if you want to.
I'll keep the card and say lower.
You're going to go lower than the queen. Your card is now a 4. All right. Player freeze.
I'm going to say it's higher.
Going on, higher. If you're right, you win the first game of the match between you and Joe. The card is a king. It is higher. Diana wins game number 1. Good for you. All right, that's the first game. She gets $100. Remember, first contestant to win 2 games wins the match and plays the big money card. Will we have more Card Sharks when we come back? We'll see you just a minute. Did you the song go? How's it? Don't know much about.
Arithmetic.
Don't know much about.
Biology.
But the one thing you do know about is you won the game and $100. That's all the time we have for today. We must go, but Diana and Smurf will be back tomorrow. We hope you will be too. I am Bob Eubanks for Susanna and for Lacey and for Gene and the whole gang saying, so long, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Dawson kisses and tells, but Ray Combs keeps his lips to himself in back-to-back episodes of Family Feud, followed by $100,000 Pyramid.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson television production.